In this video, I'm going to break down what's going to be working best for landscaping SEO in 2026, why Google and AI search is changing the game, and why starting before November is what's going to allow you to tap into the peak season and really crush your goals instead of being left behind playing catch up all season long. So if you're brand new here, my name is Matt Wacek. I'm the CEO and founder of Landscape Marketing Pros. We're a digital marketing agency that's helped landscape contractors across the entire country scale to new heights since 2017. We've generated tens of millions of revenue opportunities for our clients like RK Preferred Landscaping, Best Outdoor Services, Lush Landscape and Irrigation, Proscapes and Tree. The list continues on and on and on. And if the idea of learning all of these technical skills with SEO, building websites, copywriting, and everything that goes into it doesn't sound appealing to you, and you'd rather put a trusted team to work for you so that way you can leverage our system, what I highly encourage you to do is go down below, click the first link in the description, book a strategy interview with us, and we'll see if you're a good fit for our program to help you scale your company. Below that, you'll also find a link for Verdapt, which is a system that we are working on that's going to revolutionize the way landscape companies interact with prospects that come into their business. Be sure to go down below, join the waitlist, so that way you stay in the know for when Verdapt is going to be released. So for landscaping SEO in 2026, let's get into what's going to be working. First things first, separate service pages. We've been saying this for years upon years upon years upon years. Since 2016, when we first started doing videos on this, we've been discussing you need to have separate pages for each individual service that you offer. Not just industry sector, where you have landscaping as one page and then it's a list. Yes, those are good. They get the job done. But you need to have more than just that. You need to have one for each individual service that falls under that category. So if you got the landscape category here, you have design, ground covering, that's gonna be mulch rock edging, pine straw if you're in the south, sod, hydro seeding, retaining walls, lighting, drainage solutions, grading, yard landscape renovations. Under the hardscape or outdoor living, you have paver patios, concrete if you do that, outdoor kitchens, outdoor fireplaces, the list goes on. I'm not gonna go through the entire list of services, but you get the idea. Each one of those pages needs to be separate from one another for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, you are creating a web page for humans to come visit to, and that's what you need to optimize it for. People to navigate your site easily, to go from each page and check it all out, learn what each and every services that you guys do, your process, before and after photos, or just gallery photos on the service page, whatever it may be. So that way they can understand what the service is, what it entails. If you want to include starting at pricing or price ranges, you could do that too. That's something that's all helpful. Two, all these other pages, when they're optimized correctly, because a lot of times we see websites that may have the separate service pages, but they're not optimized for any SEO. They're just sitting out there floating on the website hosting server and not getting any traction because they're not optimized. They're not telling Google what it wants to know in order to get it to show up in the search results. So the reason being is that a lot of people are going to search for something besides landscaping company, outdoor living, lawn care company. They're going to type in yard drainage solutions in my city, or they're going to type in outdoor kitchens near me, paver patio contractors near me. If you don't have pages that are optimized for those types of searches and communicating those things to the search engines, you're not going to be found, and you're missing out on tens of thousands of dollars of work, especially when we're looking at the design build side of things, where one project, 50 grand or more. And the next point that's going to be really, really important in 2026 is establishing yourself as an actual brand, not just a generic contracting company that does the work. Yes, that looks great and everything like that, and the customer service is good, but there needs to be some nuance to your company. We've seen it time and time and time again. The clients that come to us and they have something behind their company, the story, their name's unique, who they are is unique, what they do is unique in terms of their process, showing off their expertise, whether that's through being authorized contractors from paver manufacturers, drainage supply manufacturers, or any of the other products that you use as part of your services, those sorts of things. The story behind your team, having an actual photo of your team on the website or photos of each person on your team and you as the owner, those are things that stand out immensely. Same thing with also having some type of mission statement. And think about it right now. If you have to use ChatGPT to figure it out, then fine. Just make sure to refine it so it actually sounds like it's something you would say and you can actually truly believe. But the reason being is that AI search especially pays attention to this. For example, our client Infantry Landscaping shows up as the first company for best landscaping in Atlanta as of today when I filmed this, October 21st, 2025. You can see in the bullet points below why it actually chose to show them first. It's exactly what I'm talking about right here, becoming something unique. So many companies out there are so generic and they don't stand out. And that's perfectly fine. You can still rank and get a whole bunch of leads and make a whole lot of money. But if you also want to tap into the AI search, which is starting to gather more and more traffic, some of our leads that we've tracked come in through ChatGPT, which as you can see here on the screen, not a ton compared to the search engines, but that's going to grow over the coming years. Then you want to be positioned like that. And also, it just helps you stand out as a brand as a whole anyway. So why not take a couple hours and put these types of things together in your company so that way you can stand out and it's a win-win for everybody. Now, the next factor that's really going to impact SEO for landscaping companies in 2026 is going to be social proof. And I know what you're thinking, oh, social proof, Google reviews, got it. No, much more than that. Yes, those are still very, very important, especially consistent reviews week after week after week to really expand your visibility and boost the click-through rate, which is how many people see the profile versus actually click to go to it. And then the next one would be to actually clicks to call or goes to the website. Those are very, very important. But creating testimonial videos with your clients is going to be critical when it comes to, of course, converting more people from your website, but also in the AI search. They're going to see that, oh, this company has these testimonial videos uploaded to their company YouTube channel. That's just more data points that the AI can pull in to show up in the search results. Some of our clients have already started implementing this because it works tremendously well, especially for social media, but it's also going to work on the search engine side of things too. And it's really a win-win because it's going to work all together and it's relatively simple to get testimonial videos. You can film them with your phone. Maybe you need to invest in some audio equipment, but just doing it right there at their property, set up a tripod on top of the new patio, maybe the outdoor kitchen's there in the background, talking to your clients about the project. And if you need questions and trying to figure out how to do it, just go to ChatGPT and type in, create a testimonial video template with questions to ask my clients who we just did landscape project for. Simple as that. ChatGPT has really revolutionized the way companies do everything. Highly suggest doing that, taking advantage of it. There's a reason that we do testimonial videos on our website because it just works that much better beyond just Google reviews. Another factor that is going to be key in maximizing the SEO for your landscaping company in 2026 is educational content that establishes your company as the go-to contractor in your local area. So what do I mean by this? This is something that we've been doing for a number of years for our clients, and these are blog posts that really hone in on answering questions that people have when they're going to the search results. And this is even things that are in their own mind, but they're going and typing it into Google, ChatGPT, and showing up in the AI overview for the Google search, as well as the regular Google search too. And how this would be executed is you're basically just answering questions like, how much does a paver patio cost in Birmingham, Alabama, for example? Or how often should I aerate my lawn in Minnesota? Just two of many examples out there. We've been doing this for many years at Landscape Marketing Pros, and it works tremendously well because we've seen so many come through our clients' websites and actually land at the blog post, read through it, and obviously like what they read and what the information was presented to them. They decided to navigate to the Contact Us page to fill out their form to request a quote for whatever it is that they were looking for. Same thing with phone calls. We can track both of those things within our system so that way you know exactly where your leads are coming from. And it's really cool to see because if these blog posts were not in existence, those leads may not have ever even known you existed. And one of the things you really got to look at this is, hey, maybe they only did a $2,500 job or a $5,000 job, or it's only a $100 aerating service, depending on what the content was that they landed at. But you got to look at it over the long haul. One customer that loves a $100 aeration service could come to you 3 years from now and want to spend $20,000 because they saw that, hey, you guys do everything. You're not just doing aerating, but they just happened to stumble across the blog post 2 years ago and they realized, oh, all right, sweet, I can get this done. And they educated me on it, all that sorts of good stuff. So it's very important. This allows you to show up in the search results and get additional traffic that otherwise would not have found your website. And if you're someone who's looking to really scale your landscaping company with SEO in 2026 and beyond, what I highly encourage you to do is go down below, click the first link in the description, book a strategy interview with us, and let's see if you're a good fit for our programs. We do provide service exclusivity, and there are lots of wait lists in many areas of the country. So you'll definitely want to get that booked sooner than later. And if you're looking for a solution to stop chasing voicemails, missed calls, and stop leaving tens of thousands of dollars in revenue on the table every single year, what I highly encourage you to do is go down below, register for the Verdapt waitlist, so that way you know exactly when that is going to be opened up. It's going to be something that truly revolutionizes landscape companies across the entire country with seamless answering and contact form integration to book right onto your sales calendar. So that way you can drastically reduce the amount of leads that you miss and in turn create a much more profitable business as a result. So with that said, my name is Matt Wacek. I'm the CEO founder of Landscape Marketing Pros. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you in the next video.